as many runs today with his pitching matchup.
Yeah, it should be a little bit different with this pitching matchup as you see how the Pirates line up. Spencer Horwitz is going to be at the top. Brandon Lau, a couple of switch hitters out of the lineup today for Donnie Kelly, but Brian Reynolds hitting third. Nick Gonzalez, O'Neill Cruz, Marcelo Zuna, Jared Triolo, and Henry Davis. The one I ran over was Jostinson Garcia. His nickname's the password.
I love it. That's a lot of passwords for people that get prompted to take a password before they choose their own. As you see Spencer Arrighetti, 7-1. He has a decision in every start this year. 8 starts, 7-1 so far with a 1.34 ERA. And he was today named American League Pitcher of the Month in the American League. Last year he was American League, or 2 years ago he was American League Rookie of the Month in the month of August. So it's his second honor of his big league career. And for the Astros, they know how good Spencer was in the month of May with a 0.93 ERA. Tonight's aerial coverage of the Wire Cam is brought to you by our partners at Defy. Astros with Spencer wearing the road or the home orange. The Pirates wearing the road black uniforms with the gray pants, and we're ready to go on a Wednesday night. Arrighetti facing the Pirates for the first time in his career. He has faced a few of these guys in different uniforms, including Spencer Horwitz, who is 1 for 3 against him and has a career home run, hitting a home run back in 24 against Arrighetti. Spencer ready to go. Start number 9 for Arrighetti. Begins with a fastball for a strike. Both teams coming in 5.5 games back in their division. The Pirates are in second place, 5.5 behind the streaking Milwaukee Brewers. Astros are in 4th place, 5.5 behind the Seattle Mariners, who had their 8-game winning streak snapped earlier today.
Took a peek at that last pitch on our UTMD Anderson strike zone, just spinning that one across the zone and catching that inside corner with that curveball. A big pitch this season for Spencer.
He has 67% of his strikeouts with that curveball. 29 out of 43 as he gets ahead of Horwitz here, 0-2. Tough guy to strike out as he puts the ball in play but foul. And it's 0-2. Horwitz finally struck out last night, snapping a string of 45 consecutive plate appearances without a strikeout. Then he struck out in back-to-back plate appearances last night. Daniel De Los Santos got him the 6th, and Brian Abreu got him in the 8th. That one's down, 1-2. Pirates come in with a 4-game winning streak. They have scored 35 runs during those 4 games, averaging almost 9 runs per game. That hits the bag, and what an adjustment by Walker. He'll flip to Arrighetti, who gets to the bag just in front of Horwitz. As Spencer got the edge of the bag, Horwitz didn't think Spencer stepped on the bag, and that's why he wants the dugout to look at it. What an adjustment by Christian Walker.
That was a great job. He was moving towards that line as it was hugging that first baseline, and it jumped off the bag, and he was able to make the adjustment. Spencer was a little late getting over there. But a good play on our matches from Supermotors. You see it hop up, and he's still able to get that glove up there and control it. Had to lead Spencer to that bag. He might be challenging it here.
Pirates are going to challenge the call, thinking Spencer did not get his foot on the bag.
Looked like that toe might have gotten on there.
No. Oh.
That might be the angle.
Oh, boy. That didn't look good.
Nothing to see here.
All the other angles were inconclusive, but that last one showed some space between the foot and the bag. Spencer didn't quite get there in time. And Horwitz happened to see it as he ran by the bag. The throw was there in time, but Spencer's foot never got to the bag, it appears. Spencer just turned around as the fans reacted here at Dyken Park to the angle we saw. They're like, oh no.
We can only assume they're challenging it. We haven't heard anything from the crew chief, Chris Guccione.
After the call on the field is overturned, the runner is safe. Pittsburgh retains the challenge.
Oof. Dave Rackley making the call at first base, even though Guccione is the crew chief. Yeah, this is the definitive look.
And if he's just a couple sizes bigger on that shoe, he would have been fine.
So instead of a really nice play by Walker for the first out, that'll be the first hit of the game for the Pirates. Now a ball hit sharply, backhanded by Pena. What a play to Allen. Allen double clutch. I'm not sure if he would have had Lau anyhow, but a really nice play by Pena on a tough hop the other way.
Defense is already putting on a display here early with some good glove work on some crazy hops. That ball jumped on Jeremy, basically palmed that in the heel of his glove. I agree. Nick Allen had a little tough time on the exchange, but I'm not sure he gets Lau anyways.
So now Arrighetti facing Brian Reynolds, who takes a look at a strike. Two lefties and a switch hitter to start for Don Kelly in the Pirates lineup. Reynolds with a 10-game on-base streak going, hitting .438 with a 13-18 OPS over the last 10 games. He has been red hot in this Pirates offense. One of the reasons they have won 7 of their last 9. Swing and a miss at the curveball, and Arrighetti getting ahead 1-2.
Nice slow breaking ball to the bottom of the zone.
Spencer doesn't have enough innings to qualify for the major league lead in any categories because he missed his first 3 starts while in the minors. But since making his season debut on April 15th, he is first in the American League in ERA and first in opponent's batting average. ERA is 1.34 and opponent's batting average is 1.67. Arrighetti has been locked in from the jump this year.
Got a little bit different demeanor about himself too. He's been on the mound. He's pitching with a purpose every time he grabs that baseball. He's really enjoyed taking the lead in this rotation.
Oh yeah. Oh, he didn't get the call.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He just got a delayed call from Guccione.
Guccione wanted to dress it up.
Chris Guccione calling that a called third strike after a bit of a delay for the second out of the inning. How about the Astros starting defense? It's presented by Xfinity. Christian Vasquez getting the start behind the plate for his 3rd straight game, making it his 4th straight game. And then the infield has Isak Freitas, Jeremy Pena, and Nick Allen on second base. Christian Walker over at first. Zach DeZenzo getting a start in left with Jake Myers and Cam Smith in center and right. Now Nick Gonzalez, the batter, takes a pitch in for ball 1. Vasquez started the final 2 games against the Brewers and then now catching the first 2 games against the Pirates. Last time we saw Cesar Salazar was that first game against Milwaukee. We should see Cesar again tomorrow as he's worked with Kaiwei Tang his last 2 starts. Nick Gonzalez coming in with a .312 batting average. Hits the ball sharply. Pena knocks it down. He'll go to first, and a pick at first by Christian Walker. Infield making plays all around as Arrighetti gets through the first inning unscathed. Coming up for the Astros, it'll be JP3, followed by the AL home run leader. Then Christian Walker, tied for the lead in RBIs.
Pena, Yordan Alvarez, Christian Walker, and Isak Freitas are your top 4. The bottom 5 are going to be Cam Smith, Jake Myers, Zach DeZenzo, Nick Allen, and Christian Vasquez. Big man at the second spot. Another opportunity to go out there and put a Cy Young Award winner in his book.
Paul Skeens, quite a career already. He's already won Rookie of the Year his first year, won Cy Young his second year, now pitching as a 24-year-old for the first time, as he just turned 24 on Friday. Last pitch on Thursday against the Cubs, gave up an earned run in 5 1/3. He has not gone deep in any of his last 3 outings, just 5, 5, and 5 1/3 his last 3. As Blummer mentioned a few moments ago, the Pirates have lost all 3 of those starts, as well as Skeens taking a loss in all 3. You know he's going to be around the plate. He does not walk many, and Jeremy takes the first pitch for a strike. Pena starts the night with a 3-game hitting streak, 5 for 14 during that stretch, and hits the ball sharply off the glove of Nick Gonzalez and off the wall there in front of the stands, and then JP ends up at second base with a potential double. We'll see how they score that. That was hit sharply, and it will be a double for Jeremy Pena.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can give an error for not giving the max effort, but this ball was spinning away from Nick Gonzalez because Jeremy got out there ahead of it, hooked it past him, but just not a real good effort by Gonzalez, and it ends up being a 2-base hit for Jeremy Pena.
They initially posted a hit, now they're changing it to an error.
Wow. So you can get an error for lack of effort.
Pena's not getting any
love
lately, yeah. Had a hit potentially taken away from him last night. Either way, he's on second base. Jordan hits it to center field, but it's shallow. It's off the end of the bat, and with Cruz's arm, no chance for Pena to advance. That'll be the first out.
The power play is presented by HEB. Guess what? We've got some highlights of the last time the Astros were in Pittsburgh. They did face Paul Skeens. Christian Walker got a hold of one. The Astros go ahead 3-0 and got a great pitching performance from Lance McCullers Jr. But Isak and Christian Walker, the corners, getting after a couple of mistakes from Paul Skeens.
It was a sweeper that Skeens threw that stayed in the middle of the plate for Christian. Christian takes a pitch up for a ball, 1-0. Broken bat, almost hits the bag. Astros would have benefited had it hit the bag. Instead, it stays down for Brandon Lau, who makes the play for the second out. Now 2 outs, and it'll be up to Isak Paredes. Paredes has never had a career hit against Skeens and 10 career at-bats. He rarely swings at the first pitch, but when he does, he has had success this year. 5 for 12 with a couple of home runs on the first pitch. You know Skeens is going to be around the plate. If there was anybody that Paredes might choose to swing at the first pitch, it might be this guy. But that one's down and off the plate. Ball 1. Only a 17% swing percentage on the first pitch for Isak. Error by Nick Gonzalez. Well, Jeremy Pena on third base with 2 outs after the ground out by Walker moved him over. Paredes sends one to right field. Backing up is Garcia. Jostenson has room and makes the play for the final out of the inning. So the error does not hurt Skeens. He works around it, and we're scoreless after 1.
He hasn't allowed an extra base hit on the curveball, lowest average and slugging percentage in the league against that pitch. Some of these great starts too, he's had to work without his best stuff. He told us after the Rangers start he had been fighting an illness for his last 2 starts. He knew first inning last time out, knew it was going to be a day where he would have to grind it out, and he did exactly that, pitching well once again today.
Yeah, didn't get much swing and miss that day like you're used to seeing when Spencer's on the mound, but was able to fight through it and give his team enough for a win as he went 6 innings against the Rangers of 1-run baseball. O'Neill Cruz the batter. Spencer said he really didn't feel great for either one of those starts, the one at Wrigley or the one at Globe Life Field in Arlington. And he did combine for 11 innings of one-run baseball on that road trip.
It's pretty impressive. What's going to happen when he feels good?
We'll find out tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Swing and a miss. There's that curveball Julia mentioned. Getting another swing and miss. It's 1-2.
I think it's always interesting, too, watching Spencer. As good as that curveball is, you're going to see some tardy swings on his fastball, too. Doing a good job of keeping these hitters off balance, but there is a little bit of a funky angle to that curveball that creates some issues for these hitters.
Fastball up, delivered into center field for a base hit. So O'Neill Cruz with a single here to lead off the second inning.
StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, is going to show you the arsenal for Spencer Arrighetti. Curveball, forcing fastball, sweeper, sinker, changeup, and the cutter. Changeup and cutter not used that often. The reason he's using that curveball so much, guess what? 43.2% whip percentage on that pitch. Showing good changeup at times to some left-handed hitters. Also a pretty good sweeper when he needs it too.
Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw is not quite in time. Nick Allen feels like he caught Cruz on the foot and wants the Astros just to take a peek at it. And it's also going to be a challenge by Marcell Ozuna. A lot going on here on the pitch called a strike. So this will be an ABS powered by T-Mobile challenge on the pitch.
Call is confirmed. Pittsburgh has one remaining challenge.
What? Is there something more than confirmed?
Ozuna now 6 for 13 in ABS challenges. No, Cruz was able to get in there.
I think Nick Allen forgot O'Neill Cruz is about 6'8".
Right. He's like, I tagged him way out here. He must not be on the bag.
Exactly.
Cruz now 20 of 23 in steals, and the Pirates tying the Brewers with that stolen base for second most in the major leagues. They had 4 yesterday, and they already have their first tonight. Ozuna with a count of 1-1 as they check O'Neill Cruz at second base. You have the electronic scorebook, so your book will not look as sloppy as mine, but they changed that Pena ruling back to a double now. Should have stuck with what we originally thought.
Really should have.
So Pena now with a 4-game hitting streak, and the Astros did have a hit against Skeens. 2-1 pitch misses wide, 3-1 to Ozuna. Marcell is one of 3 Pirates with a previous at bat against Arrighetti. We mentioned Spencer has never pitched against the Pirates, but there are 3 hitters that have faced him with other teams, including Ozuna, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout against him. Ground ball to short. Cruz is going to go to third. Pena thought about it, but elected to get the out at first. So Cruz's speed and aggressiveness gets him to third base with 1 out.
Yeah, as quick as he is, he can make that baseball be on his left side as it just goes underneath him, but still pretty quick and a tough target to throw around going from short to third. So Jeremy taking that sure out, putting his faith in Spencer Arrighetti.
Now Jostinson Garcia with the infield drawn in. Garcia foul tip on that first sweeper. It's 0-1. Here you see why he is nicknamed the password. That first name is pronounced Jostinson.
Be a spelling test after the game.
The Pirates are an aggressive team, and O'Neill Cruz has elite speed. Would not be shocking to see him come home, even if the ground ball is hit at somebody. The contact play might be on with Cruz.
Yeah, it usually is with 1 out. They're going to force the defense to make a play, but you're right. The speed of O'Neill Cruz is definitely going to try and create an issue if there is a ground ball to the infield.
Cruz chatting it over with Tony Beasley, third base coach. Cruz leads the team with runs scored and RBIs. And now one misses wide. The count's 2-2. Ground ball. He is coming home. Paredes throw on the money. Out at home plate is O'Neal Cruz. He had to deal with Vasquez and the bat that Garcia left behind. And he is thrown out on a perfect play with the infield in.
That really was a perfect play. Isak knew that there was going to be some urgency with the speed of O'Neal Cruz, but he got rid of it quickly, and quickly enough to where Vasquez could get the catch and put the tag on well before he gets to home plate. Great job going to get that short hop and a quick toss home. Good job at Vasquez too, making sure he got enough of Cruz before he got anywhere near home plate. Yeah, but a lot to navigate right there.
Yeah, it really was. So now 2 outs. That's a huge out for the Astros. And Jared Triolo, the batter. And a near pickoff at first base. Garcia just getting back. See, Triolo played with the Cougars, UH, from 17 through 19. He started at shortstop yesterday and batted ninth, went 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Takes a pitch up for a ball, 1-0. Into center field, shallow, well, medium depth, I guess. Jake Myers makes the play for the final out of the inning. Spencer's worked around a couple of leadoff hits here in the first 2 innings. We're still scoreless. As their favorite princess, you can learn more at astros.com/princess. All Princess Day add-on packages sold out. Hopefully Julia got hers in time. 0-1 the count to Cam Smith.
Secured.
Oh, wow.
Are you
Of course
kidding?
it is. This is a mom that knows what she's doing.
I'm scared of my child.
Cam down to the count 0-2. He takes a strike. He thought about a challenge for a second. Cam has been a little more selective in his challenges as he has not had great success on the year. 7 for 16 in his ABS challenges. That one's wide, 1-2. Skeens loves throwing that sweeper to Cam, either the one that starts at his hip and breaks over the plate, or the one that starts on the plate and kind of sweeps off the plate.
Tell you what, you start taking him that close off the edge of the plate, you might change Skeen's mind a little bit. Went to the changeup.
Oh, a nasty changeup righty on righty for his first strikeout.
Get Out and Play is presented by Toyota, and All-Star voting begins today, and we've got some guys on that list right there. You've got Jordan, Christian Walker, Jeremy Pena. Obviously, there's more on this ball club, but the first phase is on. Get those votes in. I think you're limited to 5 times a day, so get after it.
Starts today, huh?
Yep.
All-Star game this year will be played in Philadelphia on the nation's 250th birthday. It'll be July the 14th at Citizens Bank Park in Philly as Jake Myers fouls off the Skeens delivery. It's 1-1. See the numbers for Jake on the homestand. Very solid. A couple of doubles in his 6 for 15. Jake does have a career double against Skeens. He's 1 for 5 lifetime with a double and a walk. Skeens gets ahead 1-2.
The changeup that Skeens used to strike out Cam Smith is the 33rd changeup he's used against a right-handed hitter this season. And Cam was his 7th strikeout on that changeup. No right-handers gotten a hit off it now in 10 at-bats.
There it was again, righty on righty.
Yep, 0 for 11 against it now.
Spencer Horwitz puts it away for the second out. So it's a double by Pena. That's now 5 in a row sent down by Skeens. Skeens has the decision in all but one of his starts. Had a no decision against Tampa Bay back on April the 18th. But every other start, he's either had a win or a loss. He's only 6-5, but has a sub-3 ERA coming in. And first time through the lineup, he has been a menace this year. Hitters hitting only 144 against him first time through the lineup. So far tonight, the Astros are 1 for 6 as Zach DeZenzo bats with 2 outs and the base is empty. A couple of pitches just missed the top of the zone. It's 2-0. There you see, Blummer, those first 2 times through, he's basically unhittable, and then all of a sudden the third time through, people get to him. At least this year.
Could be a little bit of fatigue, and then just seeing the delivery, seeing the release point a couple more times. It's also kind of interesting. I don't know if we talked about it yet. Just having Yordan as the only left-handed hitter in this lineup. You've got 3 lefties for Joe Espada sitting on the bench. Change-ups and splits to left-handed hitters. A little more spin to right-handed hitters, but we just saw a strikeout on that change-up and then a pop-out on the change-up. So going to see a little bit of everything, I feel like, from Skeens to all these right-handed hitters.
This is a rare time where Skeens is behind in the count. He had a stretch earlier this year where he did not walk anybody for 39 consecutive innings. See if DeZenzo finds a pitch to his liking here at 3-1. And challenged him right down the middle with that fastball. And Zach fouled off 98. It's 3-2. Skeens this year has held left-hand hitters to a 184 average and a 538 OPS. Slightly better than he's been against right-hand hitters. He has now recorded 6 straight outs, including the last 3 against righties with that changeup, getting DeZenzo to end the inning.
Look forward to hearing from Spencer Arrighetti on the award he was given earlier today, but right now the task at hand in a potential pitching duel. Joe Espada, who we just saw a second ago, talking about this before the game, saying that pitchers know it too. When they're up against another really good pitcher, they know they have to, or they're going to try to outperform the other one. It's fun for everyone to watch that. And also, he said, for managers, we know every run counts, so scoring early, scoring often is the goal. You're wanting to protect the ball. The fundamentals need to be there. That's how you win games like this, TK.
Yeah, and early on, Julia, we saw that defense from the infield in the first inning, making plays for both Jeremy Pena and Christian Walker. Christian Vasquez sees something on the warning track in left center field. He notified the home plate umpire, Chris Guccione, and he's going to tell Jake Myers, hey, Jake, do a little yard work out there. Clean up whatever's sitting on the warning track. Oh, somebody lost a early inning beverage. Jake's like, where do you want me to go?
Throw it over the wall. Can's getting a tour.
How about Vasquez seeing that?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Somebody pays attention to the whole field.
Jake said, hold my beer.
Where's the rim shot on that?
Caught everybody off guard.
0-2 to Henry Davis. That went off the plate. Davis, 41 games in, hitting 139 on the year. He's got a 508 OPS. His main role tonight is to catch Paul Skeens as well as possible. Whatever they take out of that 9 spot would be a bonus, but he's off to a slow start offensively as he pops that one foul and out of play.
Good time for the old Snapdragon.
There you go. The curveball on cue, picking up the strikeout. Spencer picking up his second strikeout of the game. Getting Davis here swinging for the first out.
Yeah, once he sped him up and he fouled off that fastball, Spencer immediately knew what he was going to do next and executed it beautifully.
Spencer retiring the leadoff hitter for the first time tonight. Now back to the top of the order for Spencer Horwitz. Horwitz with an interesting at bat his first time up. He grounded one that hit the first base bag and took a turn off the bag. Changed the flight of the baseball. And Christian Walker made a great adjustment to make the catch. Then he flipped it to Spencer Arrighetti ahead of Horwitz running down the line, but Spencer couldn't find the bag. So ended up giving up a base hit to lead off the game. Now it's 2-0 on Horwitz.
There's not too many Spencer on Spencer battles in the big leagues.
There's not. That had a lot of the plate. Horwitz is going to challenge. He's only 1 for 6 on challenges.
Batter challenging the call of strike.
Remember, the Pirates lost a challenge for Marcell Ozuna earlier in the second inning. And that is going to clip up.
Pittsburgh has no remaining challenges.
They are done challenges with the second batter of the third inning.
Have some fun, Spencer Arrighetti. He's got all kinds of spin and late life on his fastball. He can start working some edges with Christian Vasquez right now and see if he can't manipulate some strikes.
Horwitz is 1 for 7 in challenges. Nick Gonzalez is 2 for 6. O'Neill Cruz 1 for 5. And Osuna, who lost one earlier, 6 for 13. So they have a few hitters in their lineup that have not been good at challenges this year. Now they're done with 1 out in the third.
I think Gary Sanchez looked like a Hawkeye machine.
That one over the head of Christian Walker on a 3-1 pitch. So Horwitz now 2 for 2 as he singles into right field with 1 out. Time to take a look at tonight's Chevy Stroll poll. We're going to ask you about first-time potential All-Stars. We've got 2 choices. Which Astros star is the most deserving of their first ever All-Star nod in 2026? You got that guy, Spencer Arrighetti, or the first baseman, Christian Walker.
Just say yes.
Go to Space City HN. Choose A or B, or yes, as Plummer would like to. And we'll have results for you in the Stroll poll later tonight. Use the hashtag Stroll poll.
Got 2 last year. Jeremy Pena and Hunter Brown. Do it again this year.
Jordan has been before. He would be a lead candidate along with Christian Walker and Spencer Arrighetti this year. Brandon Loud taking a pitch down for a ball, 1-1. Still have a month and a week to go to solidify those All-Star rosters, but today is the first day of fan voting. Big man who leads all of baseball in OPS should be near the top of that DH ballot, you would hope. That's found back. It's 1-2. Arrighetti's season high in hits allowed is 5. So not many guys have had multiple hit games against him, but Horwitz already with 2 hits in the first 3 innings. Ahead of Lau 1-2. Lau had the home run last night that pretty much iced the game. The Astros did try to rally, but Brandon turned a 6-4 lead into a 9-4 lead with his 3-run home run in the 8th. Now one off the plate, 2-2. It was one of 3 home runs hit by the Pirates last night as they put 8 of their 10 runs on the board with those 3 home runs.
Yeah, they got after it late too. 13 hits in that game.
That's a called third strike, and Lau can't do anything about it, even if he wanted to. That is a beautiful pitch by Arrighetti for his third strikeout.
Well, he can go back to the iPad in the dugout and confirm that that caught the outside corner of our UTMD Anderson strike zone, much to his dismay. But that is a beautiful curveball from Spencer Arrighetti, located beautifully on that outside corner. That one came back big time.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times tonight. He got Brian Reynolds earlier.
Yep.
Looking at a called third. Spencer now has 12 called third strikes on the season, and 11 of them have been on that outside edge.
There you go.
He just lulls people to sleep saying, oh, you flipped it off the plate.
Yeah, there's no way it's coming back.
And it does. So good at dotting up that pitch on the outside edge. Another check of Horwitz. Spencer's only stolen one bag this year in one attempt. A little wide. Counts 2-0 on Reynolds. If Spencer gets a win tonight, it would be his 8th win in 9 starts, and he would also match Davis Martin of the White Sox and Gavin Williams of the Guardians for the most wins in the American League. And again, this is despite Spencer not making his MLB season debut till April 15th.
Still working pretty effective. You saw a similar swing in that previous at bat for Reynolds out in front of that curveball. Can't stay back long enough to read it.
On the ground, fair ball.
How about it?
Walker gloved it fair. Reynolds is out number 3, and down go the Pirates in the third. 1 hit, 1 left on. We're head to the bottom of the third in a scoreless game.
There they are. Thumbs up. Fellas are getting it done.
Nick Allen leading off against Paul Skeens here. Bottom half of the third inning. Skeens has retired the last 6 batters he has faced. And Allen down to bunt. Bunts it to Gonzalez. His throw is going to be in time. No, it gets away. Not handling it was Spencer Horwitz at first base. Looked like the throw was there in time. But Nick Allen is going to reach to start the third.
Forcing the defense to make a play. Nick Gonzalez was playing back. That's why you saw Allen put it down. The low throw, though, for some reason, Horwitz not able to come up with it. We'll see it on our Mattress Firm Supermo. Some bad defense, man. He wasn't striding to the baseball. He was striding to the dugout, and the ball was going up the line. That's a gift. You can't give too many base runners to good teams like the Astros, but then you're adding more pitches to the Paul Skeens pitch count by letting those guys get on. That would have been a 1 pitch out.
The reality is Skeens should be pitching a no-hitter right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just a little effort. You catch that line drive off the bat of Jeremy Pena.
Skeens working around less than stellar defense in the first inning and has to do it again here in the third with a leadoff runner. They're going to give Nick Allen a hit on that. But it's 0-2 on Christian Vasquez. Vasquez puts it in play, slowly hit. They're going to only get the out at first. Good hustle by Allen, making sure Lau could make the play on him. So he gets his second base with 1 out. All in, all the time, presented by Daly and Black. And when Jeremy Pena plays in the lineup, when he starts, the Astros are averaging 1 run a game more this season than when he's not in the lineup. See the overall numbers, but the win percentage also significantly better.
That's incredible. He is worth 1 extra run when he's playing.
Right.
That's amazing. Credit to Jeremy Pena. You could also take that onto the defensive side too. He might be taking away a couple of runs every once in a while with the defense he's playing it short.
So we encourage you to vote Pena at astros.com/vote. Jeremy now with a runner in scoring position, and he's got a 2-0 count here against Skeens. Hit a ball very hard, but he hit it where Nick Gonzalez could have made a backhand play. It went off Gonzalez's glove, originally ruled an error, changed to a double by Pena. Pena 6 for 15 during his 4-game hitting streak, hitting .400. There's a pitch for a strike. It's 2-1.
Pena a little more patient in these at-bats against Paul Skeens.
A double against Skeens in the first was Jeremy's first career hit against this talented right-hander. Now that slider gets him to a 2-2 count. Since coming off the IL, game number 15 for Jeremy. He's hitting over 300 in that stretch with an OPS over 800. Take on a pitch down, 3-2. Nick Allen on second base. He bunted his way on. Reached second on the ground out by Vasquez, and now in scoring position for Pena. Any run could be huge in this pitching matchup tonight. Jeremy lines one, but it's hooking, foul. Allboy did a good job getting out of the way. That was seeking his chair down the left field line.
That was pretty impressive. Jeremy cleared out the inside. Skeens is trying to get him a sinkers in, but he had got the head out on this one and just ripped it. A little too quick foul.
Staying alive again as he and Skeens battle here. Nice little matchup. You've got a pitcher who's as good as anybody in baseball and a player who's been locked in here for the last few games. And Pena draws the walk. That is a great plate appearance by JP3 to draw that walk against Skeens. Rarely walks hitters, especially in front of Yordan Alvarez.
It's just fun when you've got hitters that are seeing the ball well against pitchers who are extremely good, like Paul Skeens, and you get a matchup like that where you can work an 8-pitch walk. Pretty impressive, and you're right, it sets up an interesting at bat for Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan went after the first pitch he saw his first time and flied out to center. This time he takes a strike. Yordan hit his 21st home run into the Crawford boxes last night to take over the American League lead by himself. Starts the day with 21. Munetake Murakama, who's on the injured list, has 20, and then there's others with 17 who are on the active list. One pitch to Yordan is in for a ball.
Outfield arms are presented by Lone Star College. Good arms in center and left. I don't know enough about Garcia and right yet, so I'm just going to put a yellow light on him and potentially see what he's got out there. But O'Neal Cruz, arguably, not arguably, he has the best arm. We're going to see it right here.
Base hit to right. Nick Allen is going to score. 1-0 Astros. Yordan Alvarez, the RBI single. Astros on the board first in this pitcher's duel.
Great job by Yordan. They've been trying to bust him in, and he got a fastball. I believe it's a fastball in. It only came in at 94 miles an hour. Might have been a little two-seamer that just got yanked across the plate. Yordan cashes in. Able to hit that one past Horwitz. Garcia had a long way to go to his left. That's why there was no play at home or third. Just able to keep Yordan at first.
Now Christian Walker looking for a pitch to drive at least to the outfield in this first and third one-out situation. Yordan catching his teammate, now just one behind in the RBI lead in the American League. Ben Rice and Christian Walker with 44. Yordan and Jonathan Aranda with 43. Pitch up to Walker. It's 1-1.
Interesting that they stay firm at the top of the zone against Christian. Got that runner at third base, less than 2. Plenty of power in the bat of Christian Walker, but something he could drive to the outfield. Just don't want to hit that ball on the ground. Get something you can get airborne. Good swing on that fastball. Just a little extra on that one. 97.
Christian has better numbers this year facing righties than lefties. He's got 13 of his 16 home runs against righties and a .260 average against right-hand pitching. He takes that one up for a ball, 2-2. Alvarez giving the Astros a 1-0 lead, and Christian Walker trying to add to that. Skeens strikes out Walker. Big second out for the Pirates, and that is the 3rd strikeout for Skeens.
The play to watch is presented by Jack in the Box, and Isaac Paredes has done a really good job against some top pitchers around the league since May 24th. Imanaga, Evaldi, Mizorowski, against those guys. He is 4 for 8 with a home run, and his OPS 1,556. He's done a good job against some high octane and good spin from some of these pitchers. I'd like to see that start to result a little bit more in some hits for him. It's not for lack of great at bats.
Isaac flied out to right his first time up. Looking for that first career hit against Skeens. He's 0 for 11 as he takes a strike on the inside corner. It's 1-1. A lot of righty on righty changeups and big moments for Skeens.
He did throw one to Jordan, but I think every other changeup, obviously with this many right-handed hitters in the lineup, have been to right-handed hitters. Oh, Jeremy. This ball hit sharply. Good awareness by JP. Seven changeups in this game from Skeens, 6 of them to right-handed hitters.
More pitches this inning than the first 2 innings combined for Skeens as he delivered his 25th pitch here, the 3rd inning. All started with a bunt by Nick Allen. Jeremy Pena had a great plate appearance drawing a walk, and then Jordan grounded one past Spencer Horwitz into right field for the RBI. That one's down, 2-2. Another good take by Isaac, and the count's full.
Back-to-back changeups, no chase from Isaac.
Jordan will be moving with the pitch. And a tapper foul. The at-bat continues. No surprise from the guy who leads the major leagues in pitches per plate appearance.
Yeah, but a good inning for Astros hitters. Just keep adding to that Paul Skeens pitch count.
8th pitch coming to Paredes, and he hits it sharply, and it's past Gonzalez for a run. To third base goes Jordan Alvarez. Isaac Paredes makes it 2-0 Astros.
Looks like the footwork of Gonzalez got crossed up a little bit. That ball hit at almost 100 miles an hour off the bat. Isaac did a good job. He got a sweeper down. You're going to see it right here down the line. He gets the head out. And that's just uncomfortable. I wish I could be a little more polite about it, but that's just uncomfortable when the foot. That's a really good indication of how important footwork is and being on time when the ball's in the contact zone, so you can get your feet over there. And if you don't feel you can get there, you've got to go to that backhand side. In that situation with your ace on the mound, you've got to find any way possible to keep that ball from getting to the outfield.
Skeens has been let down by his infield in this inning.
Yes.
And in the first inning.
First inning, too, because I feel like that line drive could have been caught by Gonzalez, too. He's kind of getting picked on a little bit in this game.
So a base hit for Paredes makes it a 2-0 Astros lead. Isak driving in the run. And now Cam Smith bats for the second time. I even thought on the Jordan base hit, and it was a clean hit, but Horwitz almost could have knocked that one down and kept it on the infield.
Yep.
These are stellar plays that the Astros have made behind Spencer Arrighetti early, that the Pirates infield has not made behind Skeens in this inning or the first inning.
Well, I was just thinking in my head, we're probably skewed a little bit watching the defense that we watch on a daily basis, so our expectations are a little bit different. But it looked like Gonzalez was in a great position to be able to make that play. The footwork just failed him.
32nd pitch of the inning is skied to center field, playable for O'Neal Cruz, but 2 big runs for the Astros in this pitcher's duel between Arrighetti and Skeens. It's 2-0 Houston. Inning for the Astros against Paul Skeens, putting 32 pitches against him and also scoring 2 runs. Skeens did not have the best defense played behind him that inning. Now Spencer Arrighetti goes after the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Nick Gonzalez, O'Neal Cruz, and Marcell Ozuna. Spencer's allowed 1 hit in every inning, but has so far pitched around a couple of leadoff base runners in this game. Sweeper stays in. It's 1-1 to Gonzalez. Nick coming in that .312 average, good for 5th in the National League in hitting. It's also even better against righties, hitting .338, which is 3rd best in the major leagues. Grounds this one to 3rd. Paredes will take his time. His throw on the money to Christian Walker, and there's 1 away in the inning.
On Friday, June 5th, 10,000 fans will take home an Orbit glow-in-the-dark jersey presented by Huntington Bank. Visit astros.com/promotions to get your tickets now.
Arrighetti, as we mentioned in that start against the Rangers, not feeling 100%. Only got 3 swings and misses the entire night. He already has 7 tonight against the Pirates. Spencer went 6 innings through 94 pitches and only got 3 swings and misses against the Rangers. But tonight, 4 whiffs on the curveball. He's got a whiff on the fastball, sinker, and sweeper. 1 each as well. O'Neal Cruz, who singled into center field, batting here. Cruz was thrown out at home plate on a fielder's choice, the closest thing the Pirates have had to a run scoring tonight. That's the only runner who's got into scoring position tonight for the Pirates.
Man, that thing was moving. Big old curveball getting back on the zone. It might have been a little bit low too. Big old O'Neal Cruz up there, just clipping the bottom of the zone. Man, that thing was screaming across the zone. 19-inch horizontal break. Wow, that's good. You get that kind of break on your pitches consistently as a hitter, it just feels like it's never going to get to you. Almost as if it's just spinning and dangling out in front of home plate.
Spencer got to a pitcher's count against Cruz last time up, threw him a high fastball that he singled to center. And he's got another pitcher's count here at 1-2. Trying to get that edge, just missed it. It's 2-2. That backdoor breaking ball that we told you about so much with Spencer when he faces lefties. Try to hold up on a pitch down and in. No swing, says third base umpire Louis Krupa. Now the count's full.
Sitting on that outside corner, and then you throw the sweeper down and in. Almost got the chase.
Just an emergency swing there on a curveball that started to get to the plate.
Actually came back and got to it. That had 20 inches before it was on a break. Spin rate went up about 100 RPM on that one. It's kind of fun to watch some of those numbers.
Broke his bat. Looper, shallow center. Myers won't be able to get there in time, so O'Neill Cruz is 2 for 2. He and Spencer Horwitz have all 4 of the hits for the Pirates. They both are 2 for 2 tonight.
Great pitch. Busted him in, broke the bat, but O'Neill Cruz strong enough and uses that length to force that one into center field to drop in there safely for a base hit. Spencer working hard in that at bat, just didn't win it.
Now Marcell Ozuna bats. Ozuna grounded out to short his first time up and used up one of the Pirates' 2 challenges. The other one used up by Spencer Horwitz, so the Pirates do not have any more ABS challenges tonight. Fastball missing in, 1-0. Runner goes, the pitch is up, the throw on the money, out at second base. O'Neill Cruz, who stole a base his first time on base, gunned down by Vasquez this time around for the second out of the inning.
Good pitch for Vasquez to catch and throw on just off the outside corner. Comes up firing, and credit Nick Allen for letting that ball travel until it gets over the bag to catch it and drop the tag on Cruz and get him. Askey with a quick release and a quick tag by Allen complete the caught stealing. That was beautiful.
Yeah, really well done. Good call on the tag too. As he said, let that ball travel. Don't go out and get it.
Yeah, I've yet to see anybody outrun a baseball.
Now a strike to Marcell Ozuna. So Vasquez continues to throw out base runners at a good clip this season. Well, it's only the 4th time Cruz has been caught in 24 attempts. And that's in the left field. Coming on to Zenzo, who'll play it on a hop. Ozuna got enough of that 3-1 pitch to drop it in front of DeZenzo for the second hit of the inning, and he's a 2-out base runner. That now matches the most hits allowed by Arrighetti in any of his 9 starts this year. Gave up 5 hits against 3 different teams before tonight.
The baseballs aren't getting crushed. Last 2 hits in this inning have been broken bat hits. And I also like the fact that he's attacking these hitters, forcing them to swing a little bit, because Arrighetti's had a little bit of issue with command, maybe hunting. Whoa, well, might be his first hit batter. I was just going to comment on how he didn't have any walks.
No walks, but that's his first hit batter and his 9th hit batter of the season. He's got the 3rd most hit by pitches of any pitcher in baseball this year.
That is a 2-seamer that he just did not finish, catching right behind the knee of Garcia.
Thank goodness for that caught stealing now.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Vasquez and Christian Walker joining Spencer Arrighetti on the mound. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
Get fired up with my new Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Two outs, two on, and Jared Triolo the batter. Triolo flied out to Jake Myers his first time up. First pitch, just a little bit low, 1-0. There's a strike.
He buckled Triolo right there. Watch the backside of Triolo, almost left the box.
Pirates making Spencer work a little bit this inning. Christian Vasquez with his 11th caught stealing of the season helping out. And now one more quality pitch from Spencer looking to maintain this 2-0 lead. No chase from Triolo, and now the count's full, which means Ozuna got a head start at second. Chostenson Garcia will also leave first base with this pitch. Checked his swing on a 3-2 pitch.
The catcher's challenging the call of ball.
And Christian Vasquez is going to challenge it. Spencer really wanted it. May have talked Vasquez into the challenge, and they are going to lose it.
Firm, ball 4. Houston has one remaining challenge.
Stayed low by 2.2 inches. Triolo did a good job not chasing anything after he got the 2 strikes.
It was a really good breaking ball. It just had too much below the zone, and credit Triolo for not going after it, because that's what Spencer wanted, was some chase and some soft contact. So there's the first walk and first hit by pitch, back to back.
Well, the Pirates now with 72 pitches logged on Arrighetti as they still bat in the 4th. Spencer will face Henry Davis with the bases loaded. Davis, former #1 overall pick in 21, struck out his first time up. First pitch rides wide. It's 1-0. See the runners at every base with 2 outs.
Just wonder if Spencer's trying to make the perfect pitch instead of just executing the pitch. A little heavy on that pull side, that glove side across the plate, falling behind 2-0.
Davis 1 for 6 on the season with the bases loaded. Put the ball in play all 6 times. Now it's 3-1. Stephen Okert in this 4th inning begins to loosen up as Spencer is at 26 pitches in the inning. That ball hammered deep to left field, and the most runs allowed by Arrighetti this season happened on 1 swing on the train tracks. Davis hits his 5th home run of the year, and the Pirates score 4 with 1 swing. It's now a 4-2 game.
Got into a hitter's count, 3-1, and threw the fastball at the top of the zone, and Davis answered. Got the head out on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball and hit it 396 feet. Safe to say he knew he got it.
Oh, frustrating inning for Spencer. He got the caught stealing by Vasquez to help him get the 2nd out. And a base hit flared by Ozuna in front of Zach DeZenzo, not hit very hard. Then he hit Jostinson Garcia. And the plate appearance that'll probably bother him the most, he got ahead of Jared Triolo and then walked him. And then fell behind the 9-hitter Henry Davis, who hit the 3-1 pitch out for a grand slam. Spencer's highest run total allowed on the season. It all happened with 1 swing. He'd only allowed 2 earned runs as his highest earned run total this year. That was against Cleveland back on April 20th. And 3 runs in Cincinnati, with 1 of them being earned, is his highest overall runs total back on May the 9th. But tonight 4. Now 31 pitches into the inning. So American League Pitcher of the Month in the month of May having a struggle here in the 4th. Now full count on Horwitz. Ground ball. Nick Allen is there. He'll make the play for the final out. A frustrating inning for Arrighetti comes to a close with the Pirates leading 4-2. Down 4-2. They led 2-0 after a 2-run bottom of the 3rd, but a big grand slam by Henry Davis, changing that score in a hurry as Jake Myers fouls one at the plate. Jake leading off here, 2nd time around against Paul Skeens. Skeens had to throw 32 pitches in the 3rd, but then Spencer Arrighetti had to work even harder with 33 pitches in the 4th. Now one wide, it's 1-1. Myers, Zach DeZenzo, and Nick Allen due up against the Pirates right-hander.
Might have broken the glove on that slider. Davis reached out there and it got caught in the webbing of his catching glove. Time to go to the backup. Just hopefully in the vicinity. There we go. Had to reach way across. Watch him go out there and get it. As he reached in, realized it's not coming out. Not sure you want to be using that glove much more with a guy throwing in 97s, 98s.
No, because the next one will go through.
So just chested up.
Jake fouls that one off. It's 1-2. Skeens pitched here a couple of years ago with the Pirates. Gave up 2 runs, 1 earned in 6 innings. That was on July 29th of 2024. Gets a strikeout of Jake Myers. Myers thought that might have hit the dirt, but caught by Henry Davis before it got down to the dirt. That'll be strikeout number 4 for Skeens, and 1 away in the inning. Skeens also pitched here at Dyken Park as part of the World Baseball Classic. That was on March 9th when he faced Team Mexico in a must-win game for the U.S. Or scoreless in that 5-3 win over Mexico. Senzo takes a strike. Zach struck out his first time up. Zach getting a start tonight has had 99 hits and 45 at bats coming in. He's never had a season where he's had as many as 100 at bats in a season, because last year he was on his way before he got hurt. Ended up with 98 ABs. The year before, 62 at bats. We're approaching 50 at bats this season. Over half of his hits have been extra base hits, 4 doubles and a home run. Chops that one to third. Gonzalez charges, a low throw, and it gets by Horwitz. DeZenzo will get back to first. Tough play for the third baseman Gonzalez, but his throw on the move was low, and Horwitz couldn't pick it.
Did a great job of getting to that ball. Just kind of threw back across his body. You'd like to see him open up that front shoulder and that front hip a little bit and allow that arm to come through and finish the throw. Just kind of kept the shoulders angled towards home plate. It's a real learning experience over there at third base right now for Nick Gonzalez.
We're going to give Nick an error on that throw. Now Nick Allen, the batter, he bunted for a hit his first time up. A play that could have been made by Gonzalez. As he takes a first pitch sweeper for a strike. Spencer Arrighetti's night might be over after 4 innings as Alan Bersanta continues to warm up in the Astros pen. Spencer's previous shortest outing was 5 innings this year. But might only go 4 tonight with that 33 pitch 4th. Allen making start number 14 on the season, hitting over 300 in those starts. Overall hitting .269.
Love to see Nick Allen and Christian Vasquez extend their at-bats and maybe find a way on base and flip this lineup over with a couple of base runners on again to face Skeens for that 3rd time, where those numbers jump a little bit.
Good take on the fastball away, 2-2. I feel like the at-bats have been good against Skeens here in the last few innings.
I agree with you. Some extended ABs in that last inning, forcing that pitch count to elevate for Skeens, but they're doing a good job of taking pitches off the edges. Some of them have been balls out of the hand.
Foul tip caught by Davis. That'll be a strikeout number 5 for Skeens, 2nd of the inning. And 2 outs in the 4th.
He shook to get back to that fastball. He had a feeling that Nick was going to chase, and he got up a little bit further out of that zone at 97 and got him.
Oh, Christian Vasquez, the batter. Vasquez grounded out his first time up. Vasquez down to the count again, 0-2. Astros with 4 hits, Pirates with 6 hits. Arrighetti giving up a season high 6 hits and a season high 4 runs. 4 runs all coming home on 1 swing.
It's just interesting that ball that Davis hit out came in at 91. Seen Spencer kind of hovering around 93, 94 the whole game, and then all of a sudden just a kind of a BP fastball at the top, and that's why Davis was able to get around on it.
Well, tapper to third. Gonzalez waits for it. Makes the play to first for the final out of the inning. 1 error, 1 left on. We are through 4, and the Pirates lead at 4-2.
But not sure I wanted to see Santa this early. But here he is making his 4th appearance. 5 innings pitched. He's got 4 strikeouts. He's been all over the strike zone. A lot of zeros in the ERA and whip because he hasn't walked anybody. Giving up that hit.
Brandon Lau, the first one to face Santa. 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Pirates, and Lau swings through the slider, 0-1. Santa has been very impressive in his 3 relief appearances for the Astros, especially considering the circumstances. His first one wrapped up a no-hitter in Arlington, getting the final 6 outs. Then he was asked to pitch in extra innings. Got all 3 batters in that 10th inning. Unfortunately, the unearned run scored on a couple of flyouts. And most recently against the Brewers, Santa went 2 innings in what turned out to be a 2-0 game, with great pitching that night with Tatsuya Imai going against Jacob Mizorowski that afternoon. Lau can't connect with the slider, and the count evens at 2.
Slider gets in there pretty firm, 87, 88 miles an hour. This is a good one right here. So a good hitter in Lau. Also has that sweeper.
Swing and a miss. Santa gets Lau, their leader in OPS, for the first out of the 5th inning. First strikeout tonight for Alimber.
Rude introduction to a pretty good hitter from Santa. He was able to spin that sweeper I was just talking about.
Now Brian Reynolds, the batter. Santa has matched the mark set 3 years ago by Bryce Miller of Seattle in retiring the first 16 batters in the major leagues. Santa has reached a number that no previous Astro ever has before. Ground ball to first. He has now retired the first 17 batters he has faced as Brian Reynolds grounds out for the 2nd out.
Astros fans can stream Space City Home Network directly with SCHN Plus. Log on to SCHNplus.com to purchase the app directly. Already have Space City Home Network through your cable, satellite, or streaming provider? You can download the app to access the content at no additional cost.
Nick Gonzalez, who has grounded out twice, the batter. And Gonzalez takes the sweeper just off the plate for ball one. Final line on Spencer Arrighetti: 4 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. The hits and runs column will be his highest of the year. 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 3 strikeouts, and the 1 big home run. The hit batter and the walk preceding that home run turned it into a grand slam. Spencer threw 83 pitches, 47 for strikes. Sweeper getting ahead 1-2 with the swing and miss.
It's been tough to figure out. It's got a lot of movement east to west, not too much depth on it.
Little tapper to stay alive. Santa can give the Astros multiple innings. We've seen him go 2 innings in 2 of his 3 appearances. Doesn't get the chase on that pitch, and now the count's full. Into center, playable for Jake Myers. 18 in a row to start the career of Alember Santa. Everybody loves Santa. It's still a 4-2 game. Coming up, it'll be Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and Christian Walker. Top of their order due up, facing Paul Skeens, 3rd time through the lineup, and Blumry's at 75 pitches right now, and usually that's where the scales tip in the hitter's favor against this excellent right-hander.
Yeah, you'd like to see those numbers continue and have the Astros add on to it, fight back in this game. They're only down 2. And they have been putting together some great at-bats in the last maybe 2 innings. Stretching out the pitch count, getting to that 76 plateau now. Maybe the Astros can go to work, get some base runners, and maybe get a big swing of their own.
Skeens knows that if he doesn't have a relatively efficient inning here, this could be his final inning, as he faces Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, and Christian Walker to start the inning. He's 2-0 on Pena. And now he is 3-0 as that pitch misses wide. Pena has drawn a walk, scored a run, and also doubled his first time up. Just catches the edge there to get to a 3-1 count.
Took him 4 pitches to get that pitch on the outside for a called strike. A couple of times he's missed with some pitches in. Jeremy has hit it hard down the 3rd base line.
Got in on Pena, may have been ball 4. Instead, it stays 3-2.
Yeah, it would have been ball 4. The previous pitch was up out of the zone too, but he was hunting that fastball.
Jeremy into right field, and that'll be down for a hit. Jostin and Garcia will play it back in. Pena on base for the 3rd time tonight against Skeens. Great
at bat, nice piece of hitting. A lot of fastballs away from Skeens in this at bat, and Jeremy gets on top of this one and hits it hard going the other way. That was a great piece of hitting. Also a great at bat, laying off some of those fastballs to the outside corner.
So now Yordan Alvarez will bat. Yordan watches a sweeper catch the outside corner for strike one. Tarp's off section has continued again tonight up in the upper left field bleachers.
Shifted a couple sections, hoping for a bigger group maybe.
It's a solid crowd for now, but it will grow as the innings continue.
Especially if Yordan ties it up right here in this 2-1 count. Ooh. Got the fastball he was looking for, is just maybe up and away a little bit. Kind of expanded, caught the up and away zone. You'll see it on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. That's a pretty good pitch. I was curious if he was going to spin it or try and throw another fastball in a similar spot, and he doubled up on that fastball. Caught a little more of the plate than he really wanted to, because Yordan had a pretty good swing at that one, fouling it off.
Yeah, these are great matchups.
Yeah.
Elite against elite. It's fun to think along with pitcher and hitter.
Yep. Especially when you've got the stuff of Paul Skeens, and he obviously enjoys that fastball. He feels confident enough in it that he can locate it. And that one just on the outside edge. Yordan able to fight that one off, live another pitch, maybe get a mistake. But you're not going to see too many mistakes from Paul Skeens.
Into left field, Yordan wins that battle. Fights off a 2-2 pitch and hits it the other way. Astros with back-to-back singles here in the 5th inning against Skeens.
Yeah, his bat path is why he's going to hit for a high average along with the power. The barrel gets going and hits the ball out of the ballpark. But these swings right here is what allow you to go out there and be one of the elite hitters in the game. Being able to inside out that.
So now 6 hits for the Astros, and Christian Walker hits with 2 on and nobody out. This is the fastball 0-1. Yordan and Jeremy have combined for 4 of the Astros' 6 hits. And the other 2 have been plays that could have been made by Nick Gonzalez. One of Pena's hits is another play that could have been made by Gonzalez. Strike at the top of the zone. It's 1-2. Walker tied for the league lead in the AL and RBIs. Has another opportunity here with 2 on and nobody out. Doesn't chase that one. It's 2-2.
They were just trying to wear out that top rail to Christian Walker. Last season it was pretty effective. You can see these top rails. Oh, wrong one. But those low numbers on the left have changed this season. He has been mashing heat at the top, and a lot of it's been 95 plus on that top part of the zone.
That one's wide, and now he's got a full count.
Here we go. Do you sell out for that fastball at the top? If you're able to dial in where the top of that zone is and be really picky at the top, get a hold of one, could be good times for Christian.
Bullpen going for the Pirates. And Walker foul tips one into the glove of Davis as he's down to a knee on that strikeout. That is strikeout number 6 for Skeens in the first out of the inning.
Pretty impressive command of the slider in that count. All fastballs until that pitch. Christian tried to stay on it, just tipped it into the glove.
Now Isaac Paredes will bat. Johan Ramirez warming up in the Pirates bullpen, the right-hander. Astros have an all right-handed lineup with the exception of Yordan Alvarez. Skeens has thrown 100 pitches or more twice this year. He's at 95 right now. First pitch to Paredes misses 1-0. Isaac with an RBI base hit his last time up. One and one. Pena with a single to right. Jordan with another opposite base hit to left, and now Isaac battling down to the count 1-2. Isaac got down to the count last time, worked the count to full before his RBI base hit. Sure, the Pirates would love to see if Skeens can get through 5, but he is going to have to battle to get there.
Astros are making him earn it.
Good take on a pitch down and in, 2-2. So he has thrown 100 pitches in his less than 5 innings of work.
That was his first splitter, that last pitch of the game.
Wow.
Pitch number 100.
.103 is his season high. Astros have done a great job elevating that pitch count tonight. Got him on a pitch down and in. He won that battle with Paredes for strikeout number 7 in the second out of the inning.
Two-seam fastball. Down and in. Got Isaac over the top.
Here comes Don Kelly. See if he takes his ace out here after 4 2/3 and his team leading 4-2. He may give Skeens a little breather and tell him you have one more batter to be able to complete 5. His career high pitch count is 108. He also threw 107 in a game 2 years ago. Last year 108 with his high total. So he's at 103 here as he starts the at bat with Cam Smith.
Kelly going out there and letting the big man go, so he's got a matchup with Cam Smith. Youth on youth right here to have some fun.
Cam has struck out and flied out and seen a lot of sweepers in their head-to-head matchups. First one is wide for a ball, 1-0.
Cam struck out in that second inning, leading off that second inning on a changeup.
Good take on a sweeper down, 2-0. This will definitively be the last batter for Skeens, you would think. That had to be the message Don Kelly sent. When after that one, it's 2-1.
Didn't have to. Maybe got a little greedy right there, trying to do a little too much. If he kept that same mindset for the first 2 pitches, he'd be up 3-0.
Skeens will at least match his career high in pitch count as he will throw his 108th pitch of the night here in a 2-2 count. Pena on second, Alvarez on first, 2 outs here in the 5th. That's down, and it's 3-2. That means a head start for both runners. Huge pitch coming here. It could be the difference between Skeens qualifying for a win or not. Career high 109th pitch coming. Ground ball, base hit, right field, in to score Pena. It's a 1-run game on the Cam Smith RBI single. To third goes Alvarez.
Youth 1 out. The veteran in that matchup is Paul Skeens. Won that Cy Young last season, but this at bat right here, Cam Smith wins it. 98 on the outer third, and he did the same thing Jeremy did, just went with it and was able to hit that hard enough past Horowitz. Jeremy scores easily, and Jordan, the tying run, is now 90 feet away. Great at bat by Cam to knock Skeens out of this game.
Skeens will not qualify for the W, finishing 1 out shy, a career high 109 pitches, and Cam Smith makes it a 1-run game.
Better than what we saw the previous 10. He was working on things there, but he's gotten a ton of credit for how he's handled first year, now this year in the big leagues, the ups and downs. He even said earlier this year he was trying to ask more than watch. Make things simple. Just let the hitting coaches tell him what they see versus watching a ton of video. That's helped him at the plate as well. Coming through right there, those numbers before that run producing single TK.
All right, Julia, first and third, 2 outs in a 1-run game. Johan Ramirez is the new pitcher facing Jake Myers. And the first one sweeps way wide.
Going to see a lot of sweepers from Johan. 2 right-handed hitters. Going to be sweepers and sinkers. Sinker average is 96 miles an hour. See the numbers on the season with a 4.73 ERA. Right-handed hitters are only hitting .215 against him with a 597 OPS.
He has missed on the first 2 to Jake. Tying run at third base in Jordan Alvarez. Cam Smith with a big 2-out RBI single to make it a 4-3 game. Astros used to have Johan Ramirez in their system and then saw a lot of him with Seattle. Takes a strike. Ramirez is now 31 years old. Started his professional career with the Astros back in 2016. Sharply hit, trapped by the third baseman Gonzalez. He makes the nice play to go to second for the fielder's choice. Astros do get a run on 3 hits against Skeens. It is now a 4-3. Pirates lead after 5. Corpus Christi, he wins minor league player of the month. Kellen Oakes had a great month of May at Class A, 2-1 with a 1.50. And how about Kevin Alvarez, Carolina League player of the week? He's one of the youngest players in the Carolina League. He had a 571 average for the week, 7 runs, 3 RBIs, had a few more RBIs today to kick off their new week. O'Neal Cruz 2 for 2 against Spencer Arrighetti, now facing Alimber Santa to lead off the 6th inning. Cruz stole a base and has been caught stealing tonight. The Pirates' 4-run rally started with 2 outs and nobody on after Cruz was caught stealing. Single, hit by pitch, walk, and home run, putting up the 4 runs for the Pirates in the 4th. Now it's up to the bullpens in a 1-run game. Alimber Santa in his 2nd inning of work. That one misses the outside edge. It's 2-1.
That's a good one to challenge. We'll have to check it out. Right at the top.
Christian Vasquez, 14 of 33 in challenges this year. Elected not to challenge that 1-1 pitch, and now it's 3-1. A rare hitter's count here for Alan Bersanta. And that'll be the first batter that Santa has allowed on base after retiring 18 in a row to begin his career. He was too shy of setting a major league record. Nick Kingham in April 29th of 2018 had 20 straight retired. And if you go all the way back to 1961, according to Elias, that was the longest stretch of consecutive batters retired to begin a career. So if he retired the side here in the 6th, it would have been the best mark in 65 years.
Wow.
Pitch just missing to Marcell Ozuna. It's 1-0.
Well, regroup, start another streak.
The first time, not the first time he's worked with traffic, because he had an unearned runner. That's going to be a ball called on Santa as he tried a pickoff attempt and gets called for a balk after allowing his first base runner.
Hey, Chris Guccione, home plate umpire, called him for the stanky leg. Watch that front leg. Said it buckled before he threw over there, and that's what they called for the balk.
That one's off the plate, 2-0. Astros to get their bullpen moving again with Brian King beginning to loosen up. Soon a veteran presence in this relatively young Pirates lineup. Mentioned last night adding Brandon Lau, and Ryan O'Hearn has also helped. Sweeper stays up and in, and it's 3-1. Christian Walker gives it a look. He runs out of room. The count's full.
Keeps ruining those sweepers and sliders. A couple of foul balls to extend this at bat. Lindbergh trying to put him away in this 3-2 count.
Laid off that pitch off the plate. That'll be back-to-back walks allowed by Santa. But not allowed any base runners in his first 18 batters of his career. So now 2 out, 2 on with nobody out. Jostin and Garcia bats here. And Joe Espada, who has Brian King warming up, watching Santa allow his first 2 base runners in his second inning of work tonight. He's going to go to the pen. We'll have a pitching change here in a 1-run game.
Santa, and he will give way to left-hander Brian King. 22 games, pretty good 2.84 ERA. He's 19 strikeouts and 25 in a third innings. Here to try and get out of this situation right here.
Jostin and Garcia, the batter. And the first pitch to him is popped in the shallow right. Cam broke back, now comes in, has time to get under it, and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch and 1 out for King here in the 6th. Joe Espada has mentioned that he likes Brian King just as much against righties as lefties, and King the last 2 years has shown he can get out righties better than lefties. Facing 3 righties here in the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Just creates a tough angle from that first base side of the pitching rubber. Little crossfire with the fastball, hides it well. Also has a pretty good slider too. And he's right, he ties up hitters just like he did with Garcia with a lazy fly ball to right.
Righties are hitting .207 with a .572 OPS against King on the season. And he's quickly ahead of Triolo, 0-2. Triolo did a great job against Spencer Arrighetti in what turned out to be the key plate appearance leading up to Henry Davis, as he would not chase once he got to 2 strikes. Took some close pitches and ended up drawing a walk and then a grand slam for the next batter on a 3-1 pitch. Triolo came into this series with 3 walks on the year in 28 games, and he's walked 3 times in a game and a half against the Astros. Takes another close one. It's 2-2.
It's a tough one right there for everybody.
Astros have 1 challenge remaining. Pirates are out of challenges. Late swing by Triolo on a pitch that was probably going to be strike 3, and he stayed alive. O'Neill Cruz walked to start the inning against Alamber Santa. Marcell Ozuna also drew a walk. Now King with a 2-2 count on Triolo. Little punch shot. Walker can't quite get there. Falls harmlessly for a foul. It stays 2-2.
That's what I'm talking about, that crossfire. That was a pretty good pitch. 94 really tied him up. Trying to find that put away pitch or a ground ball.
Line drive past Nick Allen into right center, will score a run. Ozuna stops at second on the RBI base hit by Triolo. Now the Pirates regain their 2-run lead. It's 5-3.
Tried to go back in there and actually found the center of the plate, and Triolo takes advantage of it. Does a good job of hitting that hard. Valiant effort from Nick Allen, but no shot with that ball being hit well, tailing away from him.
First earned run allowed by Alamber Santa in his major league career as Cruz crosses the plate, and now Henry Davis the batter. Davis the hero to this point for the Pirates with that grand slam. Davis with his first career grand slam, making it a 4-2 game in the 4th inning. Hits this ball hard but foul off the netting. And the count's 1-1. So far, 3 of the free base runners the Astros have allowed have come in to score. It's a challenge here.
Yep.
Astros are going to challenge this one. Christian Vasquez felt like he had a strike, and he's going to win it.
Ball's overturned. Strike 2. Houston has 1 remaining challenge.
Communication system for Chris Guccione has been working intermittently.
Terrible, hasn't it?
It's been not the best today. Swing and a miss. Davis goes down on strikes. Out number 2 recorded by Brian King with his first strikeout.
Fastball, well located up and in, tied him up. It's a late swing.
Now top of the order for Spencer Horwitz. Horwitz takes a pitch in for ball 1. Horwitz is the first of the Pirates hitters who has faced Brian King before. He did so with the Blue Jays a couple of years ago. Singles into left. Coming in is Zach DeZenzo, and being held is Ozuna. Marcel gets to third, does not challenge the arm of Zach. And now the bases will be loaded on the base hit by Horwitz. So now King to face Brandon Lau. Lau checks his swing on a pitch up. No, he doesn't. Louis Krupa says he goes too far, 0-1. See the discrepancy between lefties and righties for Lau. That's been the case his whole career. He's a career .850 OPS guy facing righties, and .689 it drops down to when facing lefties. King looking for one more quality pitch here to strand the bases loaded. Runner at every base, 2 outs and an 0-2 count on Lau.
Have him set up for that slider down and away. Wow, fouling off a couple of fastballs. Staying with the heater. Six pitches in this at bat, all fastballs.
Pitch down and no swing, so that'll be a 2-2 count now to Lau. Pirates have scored 1 run in the inning, but they have seen a lot of pitches.
Pretty good take on the first sweeper he saw in this at bat.
On the ground, Allen is there. And the Astros will strand the base and loaded. Pirates get a run on a couple of walks and a couple of hits. It's now a 5-3 game. Zone lead off here in the 6th inning. It'll be Trammell now in the 7th spot, followed by Nick Allen and Christian Vasquez duo. Astros trail by a couple, knocking Paul Skeens out after 4 2/3 innings, turning it over to Johan Ramirez, and Ramirez got the final out of the 5th inning, stranding 2 runners. Now gets a fastball past Trammell. It's 1-1. Taylor coming into this game with a .291 batting average. Seen some tough pitching in this homestand. He's only 2 for 16 so far in this 9-game homestand. Takes a strike. It's 1-2. Astros have had their share of leads on this homestand not hold up. They led 4-1 against Milwaukee in the first game of the homestand on Friday night. Brewers came back to win that one in extra innings. The Astros led last night 4-2 against the Pirates. And then today the Astros had a 2-0 lead heading into the fourth, and Trammell goes down on strikes. It's the first out of the inning as Ramirez picks up his first strikeout.
Not being able to have that shutdown inning is what's hurt the Astros. Tonight's a perfect example of it. Score 2 in the bottom of the third, give up 4 in the top of the fourth, score a run on the bottom of the fifth, give up a run in the top of the sixth.
Here's Nick Allen, who has a bunt single and a strikeout so far tonight. Allen faced Ramirez last year when he was with the Braves and doubled against Johan. Allen missing wide. It's 1-1. When Ramirez was with the Astros from the beginning of his minor league career in 2016 till 2020, when he was taken in the Rule 5 draft by the Mariners. Made his debut with Seattle in that pandemic season and stayed with the Mariners for 2 more years after that. He's also pitched with the Guardians, the Pirates the first time, the White Sox, the Mets, the Orioles, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, and back to Pittsburgh for a second time. Pitched with 4 teams in the 24 season. In the air, right side. First baseman Spencer Horwitz puts it away for the second out.
It's time to play Astros Trivia, powered by Reliant. What son of a Hall of Famer who coached in Houston finished his playing career with the Astros? Tester tonight. Astros Trivia, powered by Reliant.
Christian Vasquez 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. Takes a sweeper up and in for ball 1. Astros have bunched their hits tonight. They had 3 hits in the 3rd inning when they scored 2 runs. Had 3 more hits in the 5th inning when they scored a single run. Only 1 hit in the other 4 innings combined. It's 1-1. Pirates had to use their closer yesterday in a game where the Buccos led big. It was 10-4 before the Astros rallied in the 9th, and they had to bring in Gregory Soto for the final 2 outs of that game. Christian down to the count, 1-2. Astros have Nate Pearson warming up. It appears Pearson will be the pitcher in the 7th inning. Vasquez down on strikes. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Yohan Ramirez. The former Astros minor leaguer has retired all 4 batters he has faced. 5-3 Buccos.
Walker and Spencer Arrighetti. Arrighetti winning out, maybe a little recency bias, winning that pitcher of the month for the month of May. Takes it 60-40 over Christian Walker. We thank all of you who voted in our Chevy Stroh poll. New pitcher into this game for the Astros. Big right-hander Nate Pearson comes in. He's got a 0 ERA in 3 2/3 innings. Pitching in 4 games for the Astros. Couple of walks, couple of strikeouts. He can get his fastball into the upper 90s. He's going to have to do it through the heart of the order here for the Buccos.
Brian Reynolds will lead things off against Pearson. Taylor Trammell has remained in the game after pinch hitting for Zach DeZenzo. He's in left field now. Pearson facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Astros doing a pretty good job against this part of the lineup. At least the 3, 4 hitters. They're combined 0 for 6 tonight. 5 hitter O'Neal Cruz has been on base all 3 times. 5 runs, 8 hits for Pittsburgh. 3 runs, 7 hits for the Astros. The pitching matchup that we were looking forward to earlier in the homestand materialized between Jacob Mizorowski and Tatsuya Imai. Today didn't quite live up to the billing as Arrighetti gives up a season high 4 runs and Paul Skeens does not get through the 5th inning.
Yeah, both offenses making the pitcher work.
Spencer only goes 4 innings, which is a season low. And Skeens could not get through the 5th. So he did not qualify for a win tonight, even though his team was leading when he left the game. Good pitch with the slider to get the count even at 2 apiece. Reynolds tonight has struck out looking against Arrighetti, one of Spencer's 3 strikeouts. He also grounded out twice. Sharply hit into right field for a base hit. Well, Brian Reynolds continues his on-base streak. It's now up to an 11-game streak, hitting over 400 during that stretch. He's a leadoff base runner for the Pirates in the 7th. The Pirates have had the leadoff hitter on in 4 of their 7 innings tonight. Here's Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez misses the fastball 0-1. Pirates coming into tonight averaging 5.1 runs per game. That's good for 5th out of the 30 major league teams. They're also hitting .255 as a team, which is 4th best in the major leagues. And their OPS also 4th best at 740. This is a team that had been pretty much near the bottom of all those offensive categories the last few seasons. And it's been a turnaround season for the Pirates offensively. This ball drilled to left field, sending Trammell back, and that's a 2-run home run. The Pirates offense continues to connect. Another multi-home run game for Pittsburgh. That's now 5 in a row. And they now lead this game by 4, 7-3. Gonzalez with his 2nd home run of the season.
The Pirates have definitely come in here with purpose at the plate. They've accomplished their task. They've gotten mistakes, and they haven't let the Astros get away with it. This is a slider that hangs maybe middle in just a little bit. And Gonzalez puts a charge into it, picks himself up a 2-run home run into the Crawford boxes.
Pirates have hit a home run in 10 straight games and 5 straight with multi-home run games. Davis and Gonzalez connecting tonight. Last night it was Endy Rodriguez. This guy at the plate, O'Neill Cruz, and Brandon Lau hitting home runs. They scored 8 of their 10 runs last night on the home run, and tonight 6 of their 7 runs via the home run. Strike to O'Neill. It's 1-2. So the first runs allowed by Nate Pearson in an Astros uniform come on a 2-run home run by Gonzalez. That one wide is 3-2. Pirates will go with a new designated hitter as Marcell Ozuna due up next. But Ryan O'Hearn is in the on-deck circle to pinch hit. Nobody warming the Astros pen. So O'Hearn will hit for Ozuna next. Checked his swing, pitch wide, and that'll be ball 4. So Cruz is on for the 4th time. His second walk to go along with 2 base hits. And O'Hearn will be on as a pinch hitter and assume the DH role. O'Hearn played last night. Was the first baseman. He went 1 for 4 with a walk. Fouls the first slider back. It's 0-1. O'Hearn faced Pearson a few years ago when he was with the Orioles, and O'Hearn and Pearson was pitching for the Blue Jays. That ball hit down the line and right, and that is going to be a foul ball. Close to extra bases, but a strike to make it 0-2.
Ball was laced. Fastball out over the plate, and O'Hearn turned on it.
Pirates came into this series coming off a sweep of the Minnesota Twins at home. They have come from behind in both of these games. Down by a couple of runs last night, down by a couple of runs tonight. Ended up winning last night's game by 4. They lead tonight by 4. Pitch down, 1-2. Alan Bersanta giving up his first base runner and first run as an Astro, and Nate Pearson giving up his first runs in an Astros uniform as well tonight. Brian King with a shutout inning in his 1 inning of work. Two and two the count. Got him. O'Hearn down on strikes. Pearson picks up his first out with a strikeout. And there's one away in the 7th.
Got him with the curveball. Struck that one on the plate, snap it below, and got the swing and miss from O'Hearn. First out in the inning.
Strike to Jostin in Garcia. Jostinson Garcia was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Scored on the grand slam. He's 0 for 2 officially. One and one the count. Pirates have seen a lot of pitches the last couple of innings. A couple of walks by Alan Bersanta, and then 23 pitches needed for King to get 3 outs in the inning. And now Nate Pearson throwing his 24th pitch of this inning, still only 1 out in the inning. That ball hit well to center field. Back goes Myers. He will watch this one bounce off the top of the wall and stay in play. That'll allow O'Neal Cruz to come all the way around to score. RBI double by Jostinson Garcia. Only his 2nd RBI of the year. It's now an 8-3 Pirates lead.
He got it ready at 97 at the top and raked that one over the head of Jake Myers. There's some guys with not very big power numbers showing some power and barrels in this series against Astros pitching.
Now a word from Buick GMC. Jared Triola, who knocked in a run his last time up. The base hit into right center field. That's here with a runner at second base and 1 out. Two and 0 the count. Now the pitch count starting to build on Pearson, getting a little stirring in the Astros pen here in the 7th. There's a strike.
Yeah, it's been an effort tonight for Astros pitching to get pitches in the zone on the edges. Mistakes out over the plate have been hit hard. But these pitch counts are starting to pile up for some of these arms out of the bullpen as Nate gets some swing and miss on his slider.
Astros had the off day coming into this series, but this series starting a stretch of 9 games in a row until their next off day.
We just haven't had an answer for this offense of the Pittsburgh Pirates. There's an answer. Triola with another slider down and away. It feels like some of the tactics they've gone out there and tried to execute have either been taken on some tough pitches and extended these at bats, and any mistake that's been left out over the plate has been hammered.
Spencer Arrighetti wishing Triola went after one of those pitches off the plate in his inning in that 4th when he drew the walk in front of this guy with his first grand slam. David Travis came into tonight with an OPS of 508, but he hit the biggest, had the biggest swing of the night for either side with that grand slam in the fourth with 2 outs on a 3-1 pitch. And he looks at a called third strike, so the last 2 batters strike out against Pearson, but 2 more runs score. Actually 3 more runs score for the Pirates. It's now an 8-3 Pittsburgh lead. 7th inning stretch time here. Stretch here at Daikin Park. Jeremy Pena leading off in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Pena's had a good night tonight. He has doubled, he has walked and scored a run, he has singled and scored a run. On base 3 times. He and Yordan Alvarez combining for 4. The Astros 7 hits. Jeremy chops one to third, charging Gonzalez. His throw in time to get Pena for the first out of the 7th inning. Ramirez has retired all 5 Astros he has faced. Julia.
Yellowwood is bringing the lumber, and so is Yordan Alvarez. We're looking at a span of his last 81 games. So this goes back to last season when he returned from the fractured right hand that he had. It was so good to see him back on the field then, as he had no problem at the plate. And then going into this year, leading the AL with his 21 homers, 6 in his last 8 games. Told us he liked playing at Globe Life Field, given what he does there. But these show he likes playing everywhere today.
He is not discriminatory when it comes to righty lefty, what stadium he plays in, whether he's hitting as a DH or a left fielder. He's got great numbers all the way through, coming in leading Major League Baseball with 1,064 OPS, and he has raised that tonight with a 2-for-3 night, now at 1,068. He's got a 1-1 count here. Yordan led the major leagues in total bases by 9 coming into today's play with 142. Nobody else in the majors had more than 133. He's played in all but 1 game for the Astros this season. That was a Sunday in Chicago against the Cubs after he was taken out of the previous game on Saturday with back spasms. AJ Blueball warming up for the Astros. Looks like Blueball will be the pitcher in the 8th inning for Houston. It's 2-2 to Yordan. Both nights for the Pirates, they are going with a guy out of their pen to get them through multiple innings. Last night it was Wilbur Dotel, who went 3 innings of no-hit baseball, walked a couple, but shut out the Astros for 3 innings. And tonight they're asking Yohan Ramirez to go at least 2 1/3 innings. There is nobody warming in the Pirates' pen, as Yohan has retired all 5 batters thus far.
It's pretty impressive just to have one guy in your bullpen like that you're able to lean on for at least 3 innings. As professional hitting is continuing to happen with 44 at the plate.
Yordan with base hit number 3 on the night. He has 3 of the Astros now 8 hits, and he's a 1-out base runner in the 7th.
This guy's got a bright future if he continues to go out there and put the bats together like this. Got a real hope for him. Man, that's just good hitting. That's a fastball at 97 off the outside corner that he just reaches out there and pokes the other way at 104.1.
Sweeper to start the at-bat for Christian Walker. Been a frustrating night for Seawalk. He is grounded out, and Skeens got him to strike out the last 2 times they went head-to-head. Now facing Yohan Ramirez for the first time. Hits the ball sharply but foul. It's 0-2. Walker has 8 career at-bats against Ramirez and has 4 hits, including 2 doubles and 1 of his career triples against Yohan. One and 2. Christian sends it to left field. Got it off the end of the bat. Played there by Brian Reynolds for the second out. Isaac Paredes will bat. Isaac an RBI base hit. He's 1 for 3. Astros have 7 singles amongst their 8 hits. The only extra base hit was that leadoff double by Jeremy Pena on a ball off the top of the glove, the edge of the glove of Nick Gonzalez, trying to backhand that line drive to start the game and couldn't come up with it. Originally ruled an error, but changed to a double. Since then, it's been all singles for the Astros. The Pirates with 8 runs, thanks to 6 of them coming on 2 big swings with home runs. One and 2 the count on Isaac. That ball drilled to left field, and that is going to be a 2-run line drive home run. Isaac Paredes hits a 2-run shot, cuts into the Pirates' lead. It is now an 8-5 game.
Oh boy, Isaac. It's got to feel good having the ball jump off his bat. Nice to get him on a little run, and that might be the breaking ball that gets him going.
Run number 7 for Paredes. 3 RBI night, now up to 27 RBIs on the year. So the Astros get 2 of those 3 runs back from the top half of the 7th inning. Cam Smith will bat with 2 outs and the bases clear. Cam takes strike 1. Yohan Ramirez getting ahead 0-2. This inning continues. Mason Montgomery is warming up in the Pirates bullpen. See the lefty beginning to loosen up. Beyond Jake Myers, Taylor Trammell's in the game now. Left field batting 7th. That one's popped foul. Giving it a look is Spencer Horwitz. He has the play and makes it for the final out. But a 2-run home run by Isaac Paredes makes it an 8-5 game as we head to the 8th.
Those still hanging on are going to see A.J. Bluebaugh come into this game to make his 25th appearance. 4.54 is his ERA, 31 strikeouts in 37 2/3 innings pitched. He pitched in yesterday's ball game. Gave the Astros an inning, gave up a couple of hits and earned runs, struck out 3 in that inning though.
So AJ in there in the 8th, facing the top of the order. Spencer Horwitz has been on base 3 times tonight. He's 3 for 4. Single in the first, single in the third, and a single in the sixth. He has 3 of the Pirates' 11 hits. That'll be Horwitz, Brandon Lau, and Brian Reynolds facing A.J. Blueball. Blueball last night faced the 4 through 8 hitters. Got a 2-1 count here. Fifth pitcher of the night for the Astros, Spencer Arrighetti, 4 innings, an inning each for Alan Bersanta, Brian King, and Nate Pearson. That one's down 3-1. Popped up. Who wants it? Looks like Isaac Paredes will be called off by Jeremy Pena. And Pena makes the play for the first out. And Brandon Lau will bat, looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4 today. Only one in this Pirates lineup without a hit. Takes a pitch down for ball 1. AJ threw 23 pitches in the game last night, now working a second game in a row. Gets a strike, it's 2-1. Tomorrow's a night game for the final game of this 3-game series. We're on the air at 6:30 for a 7:10 first pitch. Jared Jones makes his second start with the Pirates. Highway Tang will be on the hill for the Astros. He'll be up ball 4. The 5th walk allowed by Astros pitching tonight.
Let's answer our trivia question powered by Reliant. We asked you what son of a Hall of Famer who coached with Houston finished his playing career with the Astros, and that Astro is Yogi and Dale Berra. Yogi, a coach for the Houston Astros. Dale playing here. How about that?
Brian Reynolds, the batter, with an 0-2 count. Astros have had 4 previous free base runners score runs tonight. A hit by pitch and a walk by Arrighetti preceded the slam, and then the first of 2 walks by Alan Bersanta came around to score, and then last inning a Nate Pearson walk would come around to score. A.J. Blueball trying to prevent that from happening here in the 8th inning after a 1-out walk. And no swing. It's 1-2. Got him. Reynolds down on strikes. Blueball picks up his first strikeout of the night, his 4th strikeout of the series. That's the 2nd out of the inning.
Got some chase, but he did it with some juice too. 97.5 miles an hour with this fastball up above the zone. Reynolds can't hold up.
Nick Gonzalez, who hit a little infield hit against Blue Ball in last night's game. Checks his swing on a pitch in. It's 1-0. Gonzalez, a 2-run home run his last time up, 1 for 4 tonight. Into right field, Cam drifting back, it's over his head and off the wall. To third base goes Lau, he's going to be waved home. The relay throw by Allen is not going to be in time. RBI double by Gonzalez on a ball that carried over the head of Cam Smith for a 2-out run for the Pirates to make it 9-5.
Nick Gonzalez making the most of his opportunity in that 4 spot in the last couple of at-bats. Pulled the home run into the Crawford boxes off of Nate Pearson. This time takes a fastball away and is able to line it over Cam's outstretched left arm off the wall for another RBI. So as tough as it's been on defense for Nick, he's been looking pretty good at the plate.
Ball looked like it fooled Cam a little bit how hard it was hit. He went across and then back, and at that point the adjustment was too late. Here's O'Neal Cruz. Astros have not been able to retire Cruz tonight. He has singled twice and walked twice. Pirates, on the heels of a 10-run game last night, have scored 9 tonight. 13 hits last night and a dozen more tonight for this Pirates offense. Cruz down to the count, 1-2. That's called third strike to end the inning. Well, Blue Ball gets O'Neal Cruz for the first time tonight. Anybody retiring him, but another run added by the Pirates is now 9-5. Driven in 3 of the 5 runs for the Astros. They'll face a new pitcher here in the 8th.
Mason Montgomery is going to be on the mound. Last time he pitched was on Saturday, went 2/3 of an inning. He's be his 24th appearance. You can see that bottom line. Pitch for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Jake Myers looking for his first hit tonight. It'll be Jake and then a pinch hitter for Taylor Trammell as Bryce Matthews is in the on-deck circle to hit for Taylor. And then Nick Allen due up here in the 8th. How about A.J. Blue Ball throwing the hardest pitch he's thrown in his career to finish off the top half of the inning?
99.3 up and in to O'Neal Cruz to punch him out looking. That's pretty impressive. That's reaching back and getting a little extra.
His previous career high was the night before when he threw one 98.9 in a strikeout.
How about it?
So he is feeling pretty good here as we get into the first week of June. Jake with a count of 2-2. Facing this lefty Mason Montgomery. That's called third. Myers down on strikes. First out here in the 8th inning. Julia.
Yeah, let's take a look at Jose Altuve with his live BP. Drew a huge crowd as well. Everyone wanted to get a look at him. Got a lot of swings in off of Andrew Shoemaker, the minor league pitcher. The Astros just signed this last week, so taking a lot of swings, did his defensive work, ran the bases, doing it all. And then he talked to us shortly after, talking about TK. You said it, he's feeling great. And he said, you know, timing's not there, but body-wise, I feel really good. Same time tomorrow for more Live BP.
He had a grade 2 oblique strain 2.5 weeks ago.
And he's taking hacks like that. It's remarkable.
Bryce Matthews, the pinch hitter.
They could do studies on him recovering.
It's unbelievable. He is the quickest to recover from whatever the injury is of anybody we ever see. But yeah, that's not normal to be swinging like that 2.5 weeks after a grade 2.
Jake Myers might be asking, hey man, what'd they do to you that they didn't do to me?
Yainer Diaz.
Yeah, Yainer's looking for some of that too.
Counts 1-2 on the pinch hitter Bryce Matthews. Up and in from the lefty Montgomery. It's 2-2. Matthews down on strikes. Didn't feel like he went around, but that was called by the home plate umpire Chris Guccione in the second out.
Judge for yourself at home on our matches from Supermo. Maybe a little bit out there in front. Always frustrating when the home plate umpire does make the call.
Yeah, I think that's what the barking from the dugout was from.
Just go ahead and throw it down there. That's why the guy's standing there.
Montgomery, who pitched a couple of seasons with Tampa Bay before joining the Pirates this year. Is from Central Texas, went to Leander High School before Texas Tech University. He was part of that deal that brought Jake Mangum and Brandon Lau here from Tampa Bay, where the Astros acquired Mike Burrows and sent Anderson Brito, Jacob Melton to Tampa Bay. I mentioned last night, Brito. Oh, this ball hit pretty well by Nick Allen, all the way back to the wall and left, and that's going to be off the wall. Allen's going to have himself a 2-out double. Nick has his second hit of the night, as he reaches here with a double off the bullpen wall in left center.
Good job by Nick getting a hold of that one. It's 97 down and in. Nick opened up, shot it off that left center field wall. And it feel good off the bat for Nick, gliding into second base with a double.
So a chance for Vasquez to add to his runners in scoring position average, which is over 400 on the year. He's 9 for 22. 0 for 3 tonight is Christian as he takes a pitch up for ball one. Starting to say that both Jacob Melton and Anderson Brito are currently on the IL in the minor leagues for Tampa Bay, but Melton was off to a good start at Durham. The Pirates, with their surplus of starters, were able to trade Burrows and still have more starters than they're comfortable with. Carmen Majinski was not happy going to the bullpen, and he was sent there in the past week. He had been a starter and felt like he deserved to stay in the rotation. (2-0) the count to Vasquez. He fouls one back. With Jared Jones coming back in the mix, they had to make room for him. We'll see Jared Jones tomorrow making his second start. Christian with a 2-2 count.
I feel like the Pirates have always had that pitching. Now it feels like they've got that offense trying to match up with it. If they could shore up that defense, the pitching's only going to get better.
This ball into left center field, and he will add to that 400 average with runners in scoring position. Christian Vasquez to second base with an RBI double. Crossing the plate, Nick Allen. It's now a 9-6 game.
Nicely done by Christian Vasquez. Back-to-back doubles for the Astros. Put a run on the board here with the last two hitters in the lineup. Pretty similar pitches too. This one about a mile an hour faster, but in a similar location to Nick Allen's. That's just a low line drive that makes its way into that left center field gap as Allen and Vasquez trade places.
Last night, the Astros able to come back from down 10-6 to create a save situation for Gregory Soto. Tonight, they've had to battle a couple of times as they were down 8-3, and then more recently 9-5. They've now made it a 9-6 game with a tying run in the on-deck circle as Bill Murphy will take his leisurely stroll out to the mound.
As long as he's going, it's almost like he's sleepwalking.
The Astros couldn't quite get the tying run to the plate last night. It was as close as the on-deck circle, but if Jeremy Pena reaches, that guy represents the tying run.
Could make things kind of fun and interesting.
And we already know that Jordan has no concerns lefty on lefty. First things first, JP will bat, trying to get on base for a fourth time tonight. He's got a double, he's got a walk, he's got a single. Only time he was retired was the last AB when he grounded to third. Takes one down for ball one. Christian Vasquez on second with 2 outs. A couple of 2-out doubles, making it a 9-6 game. "23 hits combined tonight. One and two the count to Pena. Now we're well out in front of the plate. Pretty good stop by Davis.
It was.
What's Christian Vasquez pointing at? Do you think that hit Pena?
I don't know.
Christian was pretty adamant about pointing at something, but whatever it was, it's not materializing.
He's got good eyes tonight. Notice that beer on the warning track in the first inning.
Yeah. Now 2-2 on Jeremy. And it's 3-2. Astros one pitch away from bringing the big man to the plate in a 3-run game as a tying run. That's down, ball 4. The Astros will have Jordan as the tying run at the plate in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pena on base for the 4th time tonight.
Which lefty you're going to go with if you're Don Kelly? Soto's in that bullpen ready to go, and Don Kelly's going to come get him.
Jordan normally feasts on the first as the first batter against the lefty out of the bullpen. We'll find out if that holds for Gregory Soto when we come back. 9-6 game, 2 runners on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
Pittsburgh, and they have gone to their closer the second night in a row. And you can see the numbers overall in 28 games for Soto. They are very good. He was good last time out, picking up his 8th save. He also struck out 2 batters in that outing. Struck out Christian Walker and Isaac Paredes, but he's got a tough challenge in front of him right here, trying to finish off the 8th.
Jordan coming into tonight with an OPS against lefties of 1,099. Been even better against lefties than righties this year, and has 8 of his home runs against lefties and 66 at bats. Soto, with 2 on in a 3-run game, delivers ball 1. That was, excuse me, that was called a strike, a little delayed call there by Guccione. It's 0-1.
Davis not helping him out by dropping that pitch at the bottom of the zone.
Jordan is 2 for 3 lifetime facing this lefty Soto. That one's down, 1-1.
Just takes one. Jordan's already got 3 hits under his belt today. He's looking for something he can mash.
We have seen it quite often through the years, some of them in the biggest moments. Robbie Ray, Jose Alvarado, where the first batter that a lefty faces out of the bullpen is Jordan Alvarez. Sometimes things don't go well. 2-1 the count. 3-1 as that one misses off the plate. Christian Walker in the on-deck circle. Base hit, center field. Around third comes Christian Vasquez. He's going to score. It's a 2-run game. 44 with his 4th hit of the night.
Keep the line moving. Hit that ball, hit it plenty hard enough up the middle. Came in at 97.2, left at 102.2. And a rocket back up the middle. Gets the Astros 1 run closer.
Zach Cole is going to be on as a pinch runner for Jordan Alvarez. Jordan with his 4th single of the night. Matches his career high, and Zach Cole takes over as a pinch runner as a tying run. Here's Christian Walker. Walker misses the slider, 0-1. Christian 0 for 4 tonight. Coming in tied for the league lead in RBIs. Has had some opportunities tonight. As he takes that strike, it's 0-2. Christian batted with 2 on in the 3rd, 2 on in the 5th. And a runner on last inning. Now he's got 2 on here in the 8th. Takes the pitch down, 1-2. Astros have now matched the Pirates with 12 hits. Off the end of the bat, could be in a tough spot. Lau's got a long way to go. Walker is safe. Ball gets away. A one-run scores. Cole to third. The Astros are within a run at 9-8 on a little squibber to the right side.
Oh, the squibber's going to keep us going here. Such a long way for Brandon Lowe to go, and Christian Walker had the entire play right in front of him. Big swing, but nubbed off the end of the bat. Lowe playing him to pull. Tried to go with the flip and never got the grip. Christian Walker hustling down, had to avoid bodies and baseballs, but the Astros continue to play here in the bottom of the eighth. The tying runners at third.
Isaac Paredes already with a 3 RBI game. Bats here with first and third and 2 outs. Astros have scored 5 the last 2 innings. Trying to come back in this 8-3 deficit. They were down 8-3. They were down 9-5. It's now 9-8. Pitch to Paredes, in for ball 1. Walker driving in his 45th run of the year. That one misses 2-0.
Well within the zone, but no challenges left.
Inside, 3-0 to Isaac. Cam Smith waits on deck. Soto has allowed a couple of base hits, and now he's 3-0 on Paredes, who you would think would watch at least one, as patient as he is. He watches one and he gets the strike. It's 3-1. Isaac 1 for 3 in his career against Soto. Got a base hit on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball against him. That one's wild. It's going to go off the glove of the catcher, and we're tied at 9. Zach Cole scores to tie it up at 9 on the pitch that went off of the glove of Henry Davis for what probably will be his 7th pass ball of the year.
Unbelievable. The pitch was elevated, and he just clanked it off his thumb. Amazing. What a way to tie it up. The Astros keep going there. That winning run is at second base now for Cam Smith, as the clank leads to the tie.
They are not going to credit him with a pass ball. They're going to say that was too wild of a pitch to handle.
He got too much of the glove on it? What'd you say?
They said it was too wild of a pitch for the catcher to handle.
Unbelievable. You got all kinds of leather on that thing.
That's a pitch that has to be contained by your catcher.
100%.
Now the go-ahead run is at second base in a 9-9 game. Cam Smith with a 1-0 count. Unbelievable comeback out of nowhere. 2 outs, nobody on. A double by Nick Allen started this rally. Christian Vasquez followed with a double of his own. Then a walk to Jeremy Pena, a single by Yordan Alvarez made it a 2-run game. A squib hit by Christian Walker made it a 1-run game. And a walk and a wild pitch tie it up at 9. Ground ball right side foul. It's 1-2. Josh Hader, who has not pitched in a regular season game in 2026, loosening up in this tie game in the bottom of the 8th. Cam with a base hit. Astros will take the lead. In the score, Christian Walker. Here comes Paredes. He is going to score as well. runs.
This is unbelievable. The relentless at-bats by the Astros. And Cam gets a fastball up and shoots it the other way. This has been a remarkable comeback. A 6-run bottom of the 8th. The bullpen of the Pittsburgh Pirates absolutely imploding right here. Isaac Paredes came all the way around from first. I would have loved to have been in the head of Isaac when he saw Perez Chico's arm continuing to wave as they sent him home as insurance.
Cam with 3 RBIs on a couple of opposite field base hits down the right field line, and they are administering towels and CPR on Paredes after that run scored from first.
RBI triple puts the Astros ahead. And Gregory Soto's out of this game. They're going to give Brandon Bidwell an opportunity. 4 home runs allowed in 10 innings.
Jake Myers the batter. Cam Smith with his first triple of the season. More importantly, the 2 biggest RBIs of the night, with a 6-run bottom half of the 8th inning as the Astros have turned a 9-5 deficit into an 11-9 lead. And the fans that have stuck around have been treated to an incredible comeback. This all started with 2 outs and nobody on, with Nick Allen and Christian Vasquez hitting back-to-back doubles. That made it 9-6, and things have rolled from there.
Absolutely incredible.
Jake Meyer started this inning with a strikeout against Mason Montgomery, and he's around to bunt for a hit. And he takes a strike. It's 2-1. Jake saw the third baseman Gonzalez back and felt like he could bunt for an RBI hit. Astros trying to add another run here. Josh Hader is going to get the ball in the top half of the 9th inning, looking to close out what is now a save opportunity. He did not start warming until halfway through this inning when the Astros got a little closer, and then he was the pitcher that was going to come in if the game was tied, and Cam Smith gave the Astros the lead with that triple to score 2. 3-1 to Jake. Soto struck out both batters he faced last night. Back in there today, and things did not go as well for the closer for the Pirates tonight, as he allowed 3 base hits and a walk to the 4 batters he faced tonight. That's ball 4. Jake Myers on base. And the Astros' crazy 8 will continue. Bidwell walks the first batter he faces, and now Bryce Matthews will stay on after he pinch hit, get his second at bat in the same inning where he came on as a pinch hitter.
Keep an eye on Jake Matthews, or Jake Myers over there at first base. He might try and pick a pitch. Yeah, this whole inning has been madness. Been some interesting moves, interesting defensive plays. Great at bats by the Astros. They have just passed the baton one to the next.
And that's a strike, 0-2. I think Matthews thought that maybe Jake was going to try to run.
There's a fastball right down the middle.
It looked like he was taking it and then kind of looked up, thought Myers was going to be off and running. He's running here on an 0-2 pitch, but that is going to be strikeout to end the inning for Bidwell. But the Astros put up 6, and they're going to give their closer an opportunity for his first save of the season in his first big league outing. Here he comes, Josh Hader. Hader reinstated from the 60-day IL yesterday. You see his numbers from last year. He missed the Astros' first 62 games of the year due to left biceps tendonitis. Made 9 rehab appearances, 5 with AA Corpus Christi, 4 with Sugar Land, and he will face The number 7 hitter, in this case it is O'Hearn, Ryan O'Hearn. Actually the number 6 hitter, O'Hearn, is the DH. And the first pitch for Hader of the season is a strike.
How about Josh Hader about 20-25 minutes ago was just going to sit back and go, I wonder when I'm going to get my first appearance back after coming off the injured list. And all of a sudden he is thrust into a save situation, his first time off the IL and first appearance of 26. And first pitch was 95, next one was 96, and he's ahead 0-2.
Crowd is so revved up. Not everybody hung around for this longish game, but the Astros are making them worth the wait by scoring 6 in the bottom half of the 8th. And now Hader on for his 26th debut. 0-2 pitches, bounced in there. It's 1-2. It'll be Ryan O'Hearn, followed by Jostinson Garcia and Jared Triolo. A lefty and a couple of righties due up for the Pirates here in the 9th. Ground ball right side. Christian Walker will use Hader covering, and Josh gets to make the put out on his first out of the season. 1 away in the 9th. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item every day. And by Jack in the Box. Get fired up with the Hot Ones Munchie Meal. Now Jostinson Garcia bats. He had an RBI his last time up with a double to the wall in center. Hader misses in for ball 1. What a wild game this has turned into. Spencer Arrighetti, AL Pitcher of the Month, against the reigning National League Cy Young Award winner Paul Skeens. And we're sitting here at 11-9 with 26 hits combined. And that rally, Blummer, with 2 outs and nobody on, with the 8-9 hitters due up. Absolutely out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. It definitely brought me back to life and made me glad I stuck around. I was a little worried there for a little bit that we were just going to have this game kind of fade into the ether. These guys didn't let that happen.
Astros have not had a win this season when trailing after 8 innings. They've only had 1 win when trailing after. Actually, they haven't had any wins when trailing after 7 innings either. 0-32. Swing and a miss. Hader picks up his first strikeout of the year, getting Jostinson Garcia for the second out.
Good slider down and in. That's exactly where you want it. Young hitter. Missing it by a little bit.
So 2 outs for Hader and Jared Triolo. The University of Houston Cougar bats with the bases empty in a 2-run game. Takes a pitch off the plate for ball 1. Hader with 34 saves his first year with the Astros in 2024. Picked up another 29 last season, even though he only pitched in 48 games. And now looking for number 1 on the season and number 228 in his career. He's 1 strike away. What remains of 26,956. I've watched quite a comeback by the Astros and looking for that final strike.
Ball is coming out of Josh Hader's hand nicely.
Just a little low, 2-2. Josh Hader is pitcher number 6 on the night for the Astros.
Only a couple of tarps left up there in the top left. I'm sure they're glad they hung out a little bit longer.
We're gonna have a crazy post-game show. It's presented by Whataburger. Kevin Eschenfelder and Brian Bogusevic will be your host. Julia Morales helping out with interviews. A lot to cover in this 11-9 contest with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Off the plate, that's going to be a challenge. Hader's like, I don't think so, but you never know.
The catcher is challenging to call a ball.
Christian Vasquez figuring they have a challenge remaining. Why not use it? That is
Call is confirmed. Houston has no challenges remaining.
well off the plate. Doesn't even register in terms of how far off the plate it was. Now it's 3-2 on Triolo. Henry Davis, who hit a grand slam earlier today, is on deck. And that's ball 4. Davis is going to get pinch hit for here by Endy Rodriguez. So Rodriguez, who put some good swings on the Astros last night, is going to come on as a pinch hitter here. And that is going to draw a scouting report from Josh Miller. Our next telecast is presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. 17 against 17 tomorrow. Kai Tang against Jared Jones. Jones made his season debut against the Twins in Pittsburgh on Friday. Kai Tang has been good as a starter for the Astros. Last night, Rodriguez hit 4 baseballs at over 100 miles an hour. Had a home run, a double, a walk. He bats here for Davis as the tying run in the 9th inning in the 11-9 game. Ground ball towards short. Pena charges, makes the throw. Astros win 11-9, scoring 6 in the bottom half of the 8th. Their best win of 2026 came out of nowhere.
And thank goodness it did. They were looking flat for most of that game. They were looking for a spark, and the bottom of the lineup got them going, and then they were just relentless after that. And who knew? Bottom of the 8th inning was going to give you a 6 spot for the dub.
Especially with 2 strikeouts to start that inning.
2 pretty good strikeouts. Montgomery came in and just blew the doors off of Myers and Matthews, who came in. But then it was just a couple of doubles, and then just the simple belief that we can come out here and kind of